What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I'm going to talk about Wemby, some statements that Shaq made about Wemby, some really good comments, compliments that he gave Wemby, right? And so Rob Parker reacted to these comments. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio from that show where Rob Parker reacted to Shaq's comments, and then I'm gonna add my comments to it, right? But before we get to that, man, I'm looking for some contestants. Anybody who wants a free $50, come on to display your knowledge, your sports knowledge. If you think that you're a sports guru, I'm looking for somebody to be a contestant on my show. And what you have to do is you have to answer these trivia questions. You see this tic-tac-toe board behind me, you get 3. Every time you answer a trivia question correctly, you get an X or O, whichever one. And when you get 3 in a row, you win, right? Now, here's a situation. You get $50 just for being a contestant. And then another $50 if you answer these trivia questions correctly and you're able to beat me in a game of tic-tac-toe. So let me give you a sample trivia question. Which Celtic was nicknamed Chief, right? And so if you were around and you was able to watch the Celtics back in the 80s, everybody know who the Chief was, played with Larry Bird and Danny Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale. That should be a clue right there. And I just left somebody's name out, so you should be easy. It should be easy to choose. Well, the only other person is such and such, right? So if you can answer questions like that, which Celtic was nicknamed the Chief, and you know basketball history or it's just sports in general, basketball, baseball, football, and I'm even going to do some boxing, right? We're going to throw some boxing in there too. So if you are a sports enthusiast like myself or a sports guru and you want to earn $100 proving that you're a sports guru, send me an email, urbanplatformfashion@gmail.com. It's right here on the screen. And I'll get you on the show and you'll get your money, possibly win $100 and we'll just take it from there. Now don't don't leave a message in the comments or don't inbox me because I may not see that. Just to be sure that you get through to me, just like I said, just use this email that's on the screen, and we'll take it from there. All right, so man, let's get back to the comments and the discussion that went on about Wemby. Don't get me wrong, I like Wemby, but I just think that this is a bit premature. Some of the statements that Shaq made about Wemby.
That. I mean, when we talk about that all the time, especially when you think that he doesn't even have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his top 10 of all time in the NBA. I still can't get over that. But anyway.
Meanwhile, he probably was like on a FaceTime with him earlier in the day. Like that's his guy. Shaq loves guards.
But yes. So here's Shaq inside the NBA.
I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot, free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. I'm happy for the Spurs. I'm happy for Wendy.
Well, I think I get his sentiment. I would argue Hakeem might have been that. Shoot, fade away, handle. Obviously, he's not quite Wemby handle, but block. I think he's still all-time leader in blocks. It just rebound. Hakeem Olajuwon might have been that, but the freakish aspect of Wemby is crazy. My wife the other night, we're watching the game, and her and my daughter like, "Well, he looks like abnormally tall." I'm like, yeah, he's like they list him at 7'4". I think he's like 7'6", and they're like, "Whoa." And then I said, watch this. And he's coming down, got a rebound, kept it behind the back, step back, shooting three.
It's the dribbling.
It's not normal. How are you 5 inches taller than KD and as mobile and a better passer and an incredibly, much better defender? So he's made out of a video game. You ever got bored on 2K and made a ridiculous player, Bo? Just for fun, like, let me see what it would look like, and I'm going to put all the attributes up. Well, we got that human. We got the first perfect player. Like, where's the flaw?
The idea, and I know that's not a real flaw, but it's in there, the idea of him staying healthy. Like,
I mean, that's the only challenge, right?
Can you look and know for sure he's going to play 15 years, have a career, and not have be sidelined or be hobbled by some sort of injury, being that tall, being that big, being that size, and the history is against him. Would you agree with that? The history.
Yes, the only difference, and we've mentioned this before, is that he's not the average bigs. We're talking about something was a little off with their movements, right? They were slower, they were bigger. You look at Yao, Manute Bowles, Mirasan, Sean Bradley, those bigs. He's actually agile and
yeah, but he's already had
can move.
his own share of injuries and different.
Yeah, well, the blood clot, that one was scary because that you don't know what to do with that, right? If you twist your ankle, I can tape it up. I can give you a couple weeks off. The blood clot is one of those weird ones where you just don't know what to do. But you're right, and I said it when about a year or so ago when we were doing it. I said that's his health is the biggest deterrent. Like if he can stay healthy, he's got a shot at being something incredible. And we might be having our first hour conversation might be different. It might be about LeBron might get replaced with a Wemby talk. In comparison to Jordan and the GOAT conversation. I mean, all the attributes are there. And again, Shaq always hates on big men because he'll always say, I didn't like it, Kenny. Well, why didn't you like it? He had a good game tonight. Those aren't SLN. Well, what is SLN? What do you mean? Shaq like numbers. Like he makes it like everybody has to look like him and play like him and have those numbers.
You mean when they took you out of the games because you couldn't make free throws, or when they used to do the hacker Shaq?
It's easy. If you score 6 every quarter, that's 24. And then if you get an extra cup, it's not that. Are you watching? Each game is different, right? You know what I mean? There's a different style, different flow. But
if everybody could use that formula, then everybody would have 30 points. All you got to do is score 6. That sounds good
all the time. They'll come out. Who's a big man like in the last? Maybe they'll say like Embiid or something. Like last few years. And he had a good game. 27 and 11 as the Sixers. And he'll be like, I'm like, what?
I mean, he's got chicken in his teeth.
They make Shaq like numbers. Okay, so you were one of one, Shaq, right?
All right, so I just feel like I think it's premature to say that like he's like the one perfect basketball player, and like they said, I'm just on the fact that it's going to be hard for him at 7 feet 5 inches tall to stay healthy. Remember, like this guy, he only played like 30 minutes a game right now, right? So it's going to be hard. And I think, like I said, it's premature. Then on top of that, if the more that Wemby, in my opinion, the more that he dominates, teams are going to get more physical with him because that is his weakness. I watched Zion Williams go right at him, go at his chest, and go right through him. And so what does that mean? That means that if stronger, more physical basketball players are needed to combat Wemby's height, then that's what the league is going to do. The league is going to adjust to Wemby by bringing in stronger, more physical basketball players like they did in the day. Remember, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was 7 feet, and he had that sky hook. And a lot of times they put physical, strong guys on him and made him, just tried to wear him down. And so that's the strategy to a big man. You already have a guy who's only playing like 30 minutes a game, and he is dominating. I like the fact that Wemby plays both ends, right? And even the guy, what's the name? Jaylen Brown said that Wemby is different, man. He's the best two-way basketball player in the league. And you have to give that to Wemby right now. But to say that he's the first perfect basketball player, I think that's a bit premature. I thought even when Shaq, I remember when Shaq first came to the league and early in his career, they put him on the top 50, the top 50 greatest basketball players of all time. When Shaq had just really hit the league. He was less than like, I don't know, he may have been in the league probably like 2 seasons or so, and he was on that list with Michael Jordan and all those guys, man. I thought that was a bit premature. Now, Shaq turned out to be one of the greatest in the history, but I think this is going to be different for Wemby because the whole thing is Wemby is going to he's going to have to be able to stay healthy. I think that's going to be his biggest hurdle, is just staying healthy. I would like to see these guys just let it play out, before you start crowning people and saying that he's the first perfect basketball player, which I don't think so. I just have to disagree with Shaq. But yeah, Wemby is, I like to watch Wemby, and I think he's a great basketball player, but I think Shaq is kind of jumping the gun. So that's my take on that. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And again, do not forget, man, to send me an email if you want to be a contestant on my trivia show. Possibly win $100. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Don't forget, it's Urban Platform Fashion at gmail.com, and you'll definitely get $50. And if you beat me at a game of tic-tac-toe, you'll win $100. So can't lose, man. You cannot lose. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'm gonna check you all out in the next video. Peace.